So let's have a look at the starting grid, shall we, for Gini Rotax Heat 1, race 3 of the meeting. Pole position in this instance for the first round, on home soil for this driver. Kai Gielert starts on pole, and it's a Belgian front row with Tom Braken alongside. Thomas Strouven, who recently celebrated his 13th birthday earlier on this week, many happy returns, young man, starts third. And he has Thomas Stolsemanis alongside, who has switched to GKS Lemons Power. Mathis Turlo and Great Britain's Ethan Jeff Hall rounds out the top 3 rows. Tim and Nick Gerhard, so it's an all-twin brother affair on row 4. Farin Mega and Bruno Mulders round out the top 10. Ahead of Max Knappen, Theo Blin, Raphael Renhofer, Janis Stiak, Kasper Schomans, who rounds out the top 15 positions. Mikkel Pedersen in 17th, ahead of Harry Linden and Chloe Chong, both representing the United Kingdom, with Vic Stevens from Belgium rounding out the top 20 positions. Alberto Kiko Fracassi from Italy and Enzo Boll, that's row 11. A space there where Austin Lee should be, and he would have had Montego Masson alongside, so Masson will start 24th. Alongside, behind him will be Antoine Broggio, Mozambique's Ghazi Motlikar, Thomas Cass, Marius Rosa, Greta Rosen, Magnus Pedersen, and Eric Martinez rounding out the complete driver lineup. 30 drivers going into battle. They're now going on to the formation lap. So the red lights ignite on the starting gantry for the first of 3 junior Rotax heats. The next one after this one will be at 2 p.m. local time and then 4:10 p.m. local time. If you do want to find out any information, including the timetable and also the virtual notice board, the results, you can head to our official website at rotaxmaxchallenge-eurotrophy.com. So the drivers now being told to slow down on their approach to turn 10. And once our race director is satisfied that the formation is correct, they will allow them to go racing. So, Gielert and Braken control the pace on the front row, ahead of Strouven, Stolsemanis, Durlu, Jeff Hall, Tim and Nick Gerhard, Farin Mega and Bruno Mulders. That is your top 10. Round the final corner they come. A couple of stragglers at the back. They go into the tram lines. Full start has been called. So race director not at all happy because there were several stragglers at the back of the field, and that meant a full restart. The first full start of the meeting, and I kind of thought that was the case because when you have stragglers at the back of the field, they need to get into formation rather quickly. Of course, everyone's getting themselves into the zone, but you've got to make sure that you're in the right place at the right time, because otherwise the race director will not hesitate for a second and will decide, right, that's a full start. And in these wet weather conditions, okay, the drivers want to have that opportunity. Now I see a kart going very, very slowly on the back of the Europalan and is coming to a standstill. So, and that is the 272. That is Fracassi from Italy, due to start in 21st position. And he's trying to restart the Rotax Max Evo engine. Yellow flag has been brandished off of Marshall Post 3, which is on the exit of turn 5. Marshall team, as always, expedient, and they get Fracassi off of the racing line. So before we've even gone lights out, we have had another driver out of the race. So Austin Lee, a non-starter. Fracassi also not making it to the start. Red lights reignited on the starting gantry. And this formation looks a lot cleaner and a lot more tightly packed. Second time, shall we? Out of the final corner they come. They go into the tram lines. Are we ready? Are we steady? Let's go racing, and a great start by Gielert as Braken slots in behind. As towards the outside goes Stolsemanis, and Braken's got the lead. And, oh, well, Rillert's like a rat up a drain pipe. He can use that runoff area in the first lap. Afterwards, you can't. Strauven looks to have maybe gotten his way up, or is that Ethan Jeff Hall that's already got up there? But there was a yellow flag brandished on Marshall post number 2 because someone's just recovered coming out of turn number 4, as it's nearly 3 abreast. Some drivers even getting sideways going through turn 6. But down the straightaway, Rillert's has a lead. Now, who is that behind? Let's see if we can grab a look at that, because now Bracken's in 3rd place, Stolsamanis down into 5th, as Rillert's takes a wide line coming through turn 9 and down towards turn 10 they come. So Rillert's leads, and it is the 2.99 of Thomas Strauven that rounds out the top 2. 3rd place, Tom Braken. 4th, Thomas Stolsamanis from Latvia. Ethan Jeff Hall from Great Britain rounds out the top 5. Or is that Mattis Turlo? Mattis Turlo now up into 5th place. Jeff Hall into 6th. Theo Blant now up into 7th position. Tim Gerhards and now is in 8th position. Greta Rosen has dropped to 29th place. Harry Linden up into 15th. Chloe Chong is currently in 21st position. And we've had one of the RS competition carts doing a rotating manoeuvre between turns 3 and 5, as we've got more argy-bargy up and down the field. The spray is starting to really escape up into the upper atmosphere of the air here in parallel locality towards what is the track surface. As again, we've got more dramas. Yellow flags off of turn number 7, off of the Europlan. Some drivers really struggling, whilst others are able to use, as we've got someone going very sideways coming out of turn 9 and going through into 10. They're nearly tripping all over each other. So 2 3-second time penalties have been issued to Ethan Jeff Hall and also the 2.55 of Mikkel Pedersen for leaving the tram lines with 2 wheels. And Magnus Pedersen was the one that was doing a 360 rotation a la Ken Block, having had a moment coming out of turn 3. But Stolsamanis is now being passed by Mattis Turlo. And they are trying to do their level best to keep these carts on the circuit. So Ethan Jeff Hall is trying to close in on Stolsamanis, and Jeff Hall gets a really good run on the GKS driver going down the Europalan. Jeff Hall looks to the inside, gets the move done nice and early. Really, really good prowess there from the youngster from Great Britain. Behind them, they've got Theo Blanc, Tim Gerhards, Bruno Molders and Farin Mega. They ran at the top 10. Kasper Schomans running at the top 11 positions, and he's 1.3 seconds behind Farin Mega, 2018 Rotax Max Challenge Grand Finals Minimax champion, who's had a very distinct learning phase for his first 2 years as a junior. 3 minutes and 20 seconds to go, plus 1 additional lap. Thomas Katz up to 24th. Montego Masson up to 25th. Eric Martinez, who started down in 30th and last position on this grid, has now gone up to 26th position. But Ethan Jeff Hall trying to get away from Thomas Stolsamanis. But then behind them, Theo Blanc, Tim Gerhards, Bruno Molders and Farin Mega have started to close the gap. And just behind them is 11-year-old Kasper Schomans from the Netherlands in the 2.44. Yanni Stiak ahead of Nick Gerhards. Antoine Brogio and Harry Linden ran out the top 15. As there are some side-by-side contretemps, including the likes of, I think you've got possibly Chloe Chong in the middle of all. We've got Eric Martinez in there, Montego Masson battling away, and Magnus Pedersen in the 2.47. So 29 out of the 30 drivers still competing. 2 minutes and 23 seconds still to go in this race, plus 1 additional lap. And Kai Rillert's looking to start off his title defence in the best way possible. The gap between him and Thomas Strauven last time was just under 1.4 seconds, but Tom Braken looking to close in, and it is a Belgian 1, 2, 3 at the moment from 3 respective teams. You've got JJ, Strawberry and SP. And the gap between Rillert's and Strauven has now gone up to just over 1.6 seconds. But then I've just seen that Tom Braken nearly took a tenth out of Thomas Strauven. As the 2.16, Tim Gerhards getting up the inside of Theo Blin, going through into turn 3. He made a really clean overtake up the inside, using the slipstream to its maximum potential and getting past, and making sure that he gave Theo Blin enough room to stay alongside him, even though they were going toe-to-toe, side-by-side through turn 2. As we've got a yellow flag, Marshall Post 7, that is heading into turn 12. So has someone had a bit of a moment, as we've also got dramas for Theo Blin. He's just had Bruno Mulders pass him. Fahin Mega was looking up the inside of him through turn number 8. As, touching the curbs goes Theo Blin with the left front wheel, and that nearly spits the kart out sideways to the right-hand side. But he's kept a hold of it. So there is a driver on the outside of turn 12 whose race has been... Now, I think that's possibly Ghazi Motlikar from Mozambique. And that is the case. The infamous blue dot on the timing screens has told me that is the case. Is now Tom Braken closing on Thomas Strauven for second position. And a tighter apex taken by the 288 through turn number 4. And he goes very wide through turn 6, but he's trying to hook the kart up and get some real pace and momentum. And I think he just went a little bit too wide there. But he closed up on the run down the Europalan through into turn 7. This time around, we're going to have the final lap board for the juniors for this heat. So Rilets still continuing to lead. It was 1.8 seconds last time was his advantage over Thomas Strauven. Now Tom Braken closing in on him, going through into turn 10, into the left-hander at 11. Braken gets a really good run on Strauven, but can't capitalise quite yet. He's got a couple of opportunities to do so, and the first one is coming up right now. Rilets goes on to the final lap. His lead now is 2.3 seconds. Braken looking up the inside. He's gone for it. Strauven runs wide, and Braken gets through into turn 2. Neatly done by the 288. Matisse Turlo is being closed in on by Ethan Jeff Hall, the youngster in the 297. Definitely doing a really good showcase of what he's capable of, and it's going to get the others thinking. However, he has got a time penalty post-race. So Rilets taking it nice and casually, going through into turn 8 as more dramas. So we've had Ghazi Motlikar retire, Alberto Kiko Fricassi on the formation lap retired. A non-starter from Austin Lee. Antoine Brogio has got past Kasper Schormans for 11th position. So Harry Linden's made his way up into 14th position, having started 18th. But the first checkered flag for Junior Rotax this weekend is going to be taken by the reigning and defending champion, Kai Rilets in the 274. Tom Braken getting past Thomas Strauven to take second position, but it is a clean sweep in the top 3 for the Belgians here on home soil. And the top 3 covered by just under 2.9 seconds. Matisse Turlo pips Ethan Jeff Hall by just over a tenth and a half for 4th place. And Ethan Jeff Hall's time penalty will not decrease his position in this race. He got a 3-second time penalty. It keeps him in P5 ahead of Thomas Stolzemanis. Bruno Mulder is in 7th. Tim Gerhards in 8th ahead of Fahin Mega, with Theo Blin from France rounding out the top 10. Antoine Brogio, Janis Stiak, Kasper Schormans, Harry Linden, and Rafael Renhofer ran out the top 15. Marius Roos, Daniel Sugar, Vic Stevens, Mikkel Pedersen, and Max Knappen ran out the top 20. Nick Gerhards will finish in 21st ahead of Thomas Kass, Magnus Pedersen, Chloe Chong, Eric Martinez, Greta Rosen, and Montego Masson rounding out the 27 drivers at the sharper end of the field. Enzo Boll in 28th. Ghazi Motlikar retiring with 3 laps to go. Alberto Kiko Fracassi breaking down on the formation lap, and Austin Lee, a non-starter.